and he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Got his man on the right. Still moving up the 30. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game and the offense. They've got it moving now.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Buffaloes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They'll put in play from the 41 on first down. From the gun, the running back has it.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He might want another play. To throw, it's Bobo. Snagged out of the air. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback. They were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Looking downfield on first down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he'll hold it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. Touchdown, Colorado! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Going downfield for the big play. Fires into traffic, picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Dropping back, it's Bobo. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Thompson. Breaks into the open. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Buffaloes are threatening in the red zone. To the air on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Touchdown, Buffs! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Getting set for the point after.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. leaves it with the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
Offense facing fourth down. Number 11 on to kick it away.
Guys, Colorado has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Just needs a crack to get a return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. The Buffaloes in a good spot here with second and short. To the air, it's Bobo. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback. On third down, really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Has to get there to move the sticks. Past the 30. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. Snap in the shotgun. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Fitted in the window for the score.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Gators line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And the Colorado so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Short throw is complete, and he'll grab it, step out of bounds, and pick up the first down. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Bobo. Now adjusting. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, the defense was ready coming into this one for this running back being a factor in the pass game. That time, they were draped all over him. As soon as he caught the ball, he went down for a loss of yards.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
He'll get rid of it. Got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Here's a heat. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking to throw, it's Bobo. Blasted as he lets it go. The sure hands, it's Boone. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Irvin. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a play.
Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Gators moving quickly to the line. Back to pass on second down. Got his man quickly. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And the Gators line up look to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Pulls it in at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. He's going to fire deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. The Buffaloes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Dropping back, it's Bobo. Punch it out of the air. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone cut.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Wants to go up top on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking downfield very late in the half. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro.
He's going to throw deep right side. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
The Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He's got an open man. He's loose. Inside the 30. He's at touchdown, Colorado. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Hiding his man down the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down. The Gators have this offense rolling. They'll leave it with him. Finds a little space. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quick release on the RPO. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Darrisaw. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Gators started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Finding an escape route. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running, too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Buffaloes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Here's the handoff. Touchdown, Buffs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Set to kick off.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to take off. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. The Gators have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking to fire. There's the pressure. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And how about That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a...
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the container of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Running to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. And the Buffaloes couldn't have asked for better field position as they get a chance to strike here. Spin, still running. Touchdown, Colorado. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll go to the ground. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. Got his man. He's brought down at the 33 as the defense keeps him away from that first down marker. 4th down coming up. And the Gators will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He gets a block. Quick with the spin move. An explosive play to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Oh, they finally got him out of bounds, but not before. He carried some momentum for his team into the 4th quarter. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Power football with the run. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to pass, it's Bobo. Now he's going to break the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The Buffaloes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Buffs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
points, points, and more points. This offense... had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Zings it complete to the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
Here's the give off the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though.
It's picked off, and another empty drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Hardy. Complete. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick. He can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
He caught it! And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And here comes the offense on second down. He'll keep it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the ground with the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Let's see what they do on third down. Let's go! Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Gators will their punt team. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. On the option. Now the toss. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Find his tight end. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. First down here for the offense. Back to throw, it's Hardy. He fires a bullet to the right. He's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he can have it.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. He'll set up to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Big guy smells it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
He's looking to pass. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabs it in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. When you know you have a team out